Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and this is Pointless, the quiz show where the stakes are high, but the points need to be low. OK, let's meet today's players. Welcome back, Karis and Sophie B. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to be on Pointless, of course. Remind us how you did.
We did really well in the first round. We got 2 pointless answers.
2 pointless.
But in the second round, we unfortunately didn't make it.
Oh, bad luck, bad luck. What would you like to see come up this afternoon?
Some movies.
Movies?
Bit of film.
Bit of film. Karis, what about you?
Yeah, movies or maybe capital cities, maybe.
OK, well, I'll have a word with Richard, see what he can do.
That would be great, thanks.
Nothing, I'm afraid.
Nothing like that, no.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, well, best of luck. And we welcome Steve and Steve. How do you two know each other and where have you come from?
We've come from Southampton and we're neighbours of 6 years.
Wow. Steve and Steve. I mean, were you friends before you were neighbours, or you just got to know each other over the fence?
No, over the fence, through the front door.
Through the front door.
Across the poker table.
Yeah. Across the... how long did it take you to get down to poker?
Very quickly from knowing each other. Yeah, we started playing quite quickly.
Right. Fantastic. Oh, well, best of luck to the pair of you on the show. And next we welcome Paul and Sophie H. How do you two know each other?
We used to work on Brighton Pier together, selling food, ice creams, fish and chips, that kind of thing. Been friends ever since.
You don't do that anymore?
No, thankfully not, no.
Thankfully, what, for the waistline?
Oh,
I couldn't sell those things. I couldn't bear to part with them. Oh, dear. So what do you do now, Paul?
IT.
IT. And Sophie H?
I work for legal publishers.
Oh, I see. Very good. Best of luck to the pair of you on the show. And finally, Russell and Angela. How do you two know each other?
Brother and older sister from Wellingarden City, Hertfordshire.
Very good indeed. What do you do, Russell?
I work with badly behaved kids in a senior school.
Angela, does he keep you in order as well?
You can try.
What do you do, Angela?
I make greetings cards and wedding stationery from home.
Very good. OK, well, very best of luck to you on the show. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There is just one more person for me to introduce. He's a textbook guide to obscurity. He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
I am.
You're a textbook guide. I don't know, take your pick. I guess that's 2 things in one.
That doesn't sound great, does it?
No, guidebook or a textbook. A textbook guide?
It's not what you put in a Lonely Hearts ad, is it?
Not really.
London area textbook guide seeks similar.
No.
Although there's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah.
We've only got 1 returning pair today. We've got Sophie and Karis. And Karis and Sophie did rather well last time and might do very well this time as well. But 3 very strong new pairs, I think. The first question, often you get different reactions when you read out what a question is, usually groans from most of the people. I think the first question is going to get a disapproving tut. That's what I think.
OK.
You wait and see.
I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Now, we've put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we're after the obscure answers that they didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. What everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave. Each time that happens, we will put another £250 in the jackpot. Now, nobody's won the jackpot for the last 6 shows, and we will add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at, would you believe it, £8,500. Yes, you see. Let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me 1 answer and you cannot confer with your partner. And whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. Oh, yes, and do be careful, because if anyone gives me an incorrect answer, then you will score the maximum of 100 points. OK, our first category this afternoon is... football. Football. You haven't known what the question is yet. Wait, save your tuts.
Wait for your tuts.
Save your tuts there.
Don't tut early.
Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first and who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Right, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many members of the England 2010 World Cup squad. You can tut now. Oh, Richard.
Guys. Have we forgiven them?
No, that's why I'm tutting.
Exactly. We're looking for anyone named in Fabio Capello's final 23-man squad for the 2010 World Cup. We won't accept Rio Ferdinand because he was injured and replaced, for which I suspect he is eternally grateful.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, now, Karis and Sophie, you all drew lots before the show, and you get to go first this afternoon. So, Sophie, I know this is the category you wanted to come up.
I did watch their games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anyone that didn't play, if you know what I mean. So...
You don't know any... I didn't. Did you play?
I played, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm afraid I didn't, you see.
I played against Slovenia.
Oh, God, of course you... But you weren't in the starting lineup, were you?
At least I might as well have done.
Sophie.
I'm just going to have to say Joe Cole.
Joe Cole.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Joe Cole. Well, it is right. Not a bad answer at all, Sophie B. 21. Joe Cole.
Yeah, very good answer, Sophie. Of course, he missed the first 2 games, completely ignored. The whole of the country said you've got to pick Joe Cole. He played in the next 2 and made absolutely no difference whatsoever.
Steve. Now, why do the Sophies get a letter after their names and the Steves are just Steve? Well, I tell you what number do you live in the street?
Number 1.
Number 1, and you're number 3?
Number 2.
Number 2. OK, Steve 1, Steve 2. There we are, that was simple, wasn't it? What sport do you like, Steve?
Football.
Yeah.
Yeah, football's the favourite one, I suppose, yeah.
So let's have a really obscure member of the squad.
Well, I'll choose somebody who didn't play, and we'll say Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick. You're hoping to score as few points as possible with Michael Carrick. Let's see how many people said him. It's right. Oh, it's good. Very good answer, Steve number 1. That scores you 4.
Yeah, very well played, Steve 1. Michael Carrick, the Man United midfielder. He didn't play a single minute in the whole World Cup and was later voted England's man of the tournament.
Thank you very much. Now, Paul.
Yep.
OK, so we're looking for members of England's 2010 World Cup squad. What are you going to go for? Did you follow the World Cup?
I watched the first game and then gave up.
So not really
going nowhere.
Not a football fan, or such a committed football fan you couldn't bear to see what we did in the
bear
game?
I couldn't bear to watch it anymore.
Yeah. What's it going to be, Paul?
So I'm going to go with James Milner.
James Milner. OK, let's see how few points James Milner can score for you. And it goes 9. Good answer, Paul. James Milner.
Yeah, James Milner set up the goal against Slovenia and sort of padded about a bit after that. And then got on the plane home with the rest of them.
Thanks, Richard. OK, Angela, we are looking for members of England's 2010 World Cup squad. What's the most obscure member of that squad, with the exception of Joe Cole, Michael Carrick and James Milner, that you can think of?
Well, I was going to have Joe Cole,
Oh, yeah?
but he was taken.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to hope that my teammate does an amazing job. And I'm going to have to go for someone that did play, and very well, but for that one horrible mistake. And I'll have Rob Green.
Rob Green. OK, Rob Green. You're hoping to score as few points as possible. I wonder how many points you might just spill out of your hands with this one. Rob Green. How many people said it? Rob Green. '29. One of the better-known players in the squad. 29. Interesting, I suppose that was early on enough in the tournament for us to think that that was important. We thought it was somehow important that he'd let a goal in. That was going to really make a difference to our World Cup.
I think what we thought it was a harbinger of doom. And I think what it was a harbinger of doom, I think. But yeah, I think 29 is a pretty big score, I think, because of his newfound name recognition.
OK, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Rob Green, not a bad answer, Angela, but 29. You are the high scorers this round. Closely followed by Sophie B and Caris. The other two pairs looking quite nice and low. Steve and Steve, 4. Paul and Sophie H, 9. But yeah, Russell and Caris, you're going to have to find nice low scores on the next pass. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So then, Russell, you're on 29. You are the high scorers. Robert Green hasn't done you any favours.
Again.
Did you watch the World Cup?
Yeah, drips and drabs of it. Weren't impressed, but
No.
still watched.
Still watched it. So, Russell, what's it going to be?
I'll go for the third choice keeper, Joe Hart.
Joe Hart. OK, that's what you are saying. Let's see if that is right. There's no red line for you because you are the high scorer. Joe Hart. Good answer. Look at that. Scores you 7. That gives you a total of 36. Richard.
Yeah, very good answer. As you say, well, it started as third choice goalie. I suspect he was second choice goalie fairly quickly. Kept a clean sheet throughout the tournament.
OK, Sophie, we are looking for members of the England 2010 World Cup squad. You're on 9. Great answer from Paul. If you can score 26 or less with this answer, 26 or less, you are through to the next round.
Well, I was absolutely dreading football questions because I don't really follow it.
Yeah.
And I can either think of either really obvious people or just someone's first name and someone else's second name. So
That's generally a footballer, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
Oh, it's someone's first name, someone else's first name.
well, yeah.
Still a footballer.
I'm going to go for, and if they're not in it, Paul, don't hate me, Gareth Barry.
Gareth Barry. OK, there's your red line. If you come below that red line with Gareth Barry, you are through to the next round. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Gareth Barry. Well, it is correct. It's a great answer, Sophie. 3. Takes your total up to 12. Such a good opportunity. Why not Gary Barry? Gary Barry.
They do sometimes call him Gary Barry. They do. And you know Gary Neville, you know what his dad is called?
Neville.
Neville, yeah. Yes?
Neville say Neville.
But yeah, Gareth Barry, good answer. It's the lowest score yet, Gareth Barry. Man City midfielder.
A brilliant answer, Sophie. You are through to the next round, come what may. Now, OK, so we're looking for members of England's 2010 World Cup squad. Steve 2.
Yes.
You're on 4, thanks to Steve 1's brilliant Michael Carrick. Is there anyone left who you think might score less than Gary Barry?
Everyone scored less.
Whatever.
I'm going to go with Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole. OK, there is your red line. If Ashley Cole gets you below that red line, then you are through to the next round. Ashley Cole. Let's see how many people said him. It is correct. Oh, very good indeed. That scores you 23, gives you a total of 27. Richard.
Yeah, safety through. Ashley Cole actually didn't play at all badly in the World Cup. I think maybe because he was the one who least wanted to go home.
Yeah. Caris, you're on 21.
Yeah.
You're on 21. If you can score 14 or less, I know you can.
Thanks.
By naming a member of the England 2010 World Cup squad.
Yeah.
Slightly more obscure than Joe Cole, which is what Sophie B went for.
I'm going to go for, but please don't know if it's wrong, Emil Heskey, but I think...
Emil Heskey.
Yeah.
You're going to say Emil Heskey?
think
You're
so.
on 21.
Yeah.
Let's see if Emil Heskey can get you below that red line, score you 14 or less, if it's correct. Let's see if it is, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Emil Heskey. It's right. Oh, bad luck. He scores you 24 points, takes your total up to 45. Richard, Emil Heskey.
It's a big score, isn't it, for Emil Heskey? I think surprisingly big.
So, Richard, what were the answers that they should all have gone for?
Well, there was actually a pointless answer here, which would have added £250 to the jackpot. And Paul, you went for James Milner, of course. If you'd gone for another player who was a Villa player at the time, you would have just won the money. It's Stephen Warnock.
Of course, yeah.
Stephen Warnock, he was a pointless answer. And the lowest other scorers, Ledley King, the Spurs defender, and Gary Barry there with 3. And the most obvious answers, these are the ones that most of our 100 people said. In third, it was the captain, Steven Gerrard, 37. Then it was Frank Lampard. They were joint second, Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. And then Wayne Rooney was top with 80.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score, it's Karis and Sophie. You did incredibly well, actually. You're not really that far out in front, really, considering. We didn't have film. We didn't have... What did you want, Karis? You wanted...
Capital cities.
Capital cities.
Yeah.
I feel we've let you down.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. I don't think it was your gameplay, it was the ball.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. It's such a shame to say goodbye to you. This is your second chance on the show, so I'm afraid this really is goodbye. But you've been brilliant contestants. Thanks for playing. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, your category for round 2 is fictional heroes and villains. Fictional heroes and villains. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And your round 2 question concerns superheroes and their nemeses. Superheroes and their nemeses. In this round, we're about to show you a list of fictional villains. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to tell us the superhero or superhero groups with whom they are most closely associated. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you the name of 6 villains here. The more obscure ones will score you fewer points if you get them right. If you get any of them wrong, you'll score 100 points, so be very careful. Your
first 6 are Captain Cold, Ming the Merciless, the Joker, Victor Von Doom, Whiplash, Dr. Octopus. Read those again. Captain Cold, Ming the Merciless, the Joker, Victor Von Doom, Whiplash, Dr. Octopus. So, Steve 1. Steve number 1. We are looking for the superhero or superhero group that these baddies are pitted against. OK, what are you going to go for, Steve 1?
I'm going to go for Ming the Merciless.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon, Steve 2's nodding. Let's see if Flash Gordon is right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that Ming the Merciless was indeed the nemesis of Flash Gordon. It's correct. $29. Sign tells me that is not going to be the highest score in this round. 29, Ming the Merciless.
Yeah, pretty safe answer. Ming the Merciless. He's Emperor of the planet Mongo, and then was later leader of the Liberal Democrats.
Sophie H. So we are looking for the superheroes or groups of superheroes who fought these baddies. I'm just going to call you Sophie now.
Thank you.
The other one's gone. Sophie B, she's toast.
Well...
Now, the sign tells me you might be quite good at this.
Unfortunately, you're completely wrong.
Really? You
Alexander.
sure?
I haven't heard of anyone apart from the Joker. So Paul's going to have to rescue this for us, but I will have to say that the Joker is Batman.
OK, the Joker. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that he was Batman's nemesis. Well, that's like a correct answer.
It is. It's better than getting a wrong one and
It is.
getting 100.
It is. 7 better. Batman, the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker, 93. He's a very, very high-profile criminal, it seems. Of course, Heath Ledger won a posthumous Oscar for playing him on film.
That scores you 93. Now then, Russell, did you read comics when you were younger?
No, not at all.
Do you read them now?
No, not at all. So, but luckily I've watched a few films, so could be all right.
OK.
I can see my nephew screaming at the television at the moment to go with
Yep.
Whiplash, but
Yep.
I'm going to go with Victor Von Doom, the Fantastic Four.
Victor Von Doom, the Fantastic Four. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew it. That's right. Our best answer so far. Look at that, Russell. That scores you 7 points. Victor Von Doom.
Yes, very good answer, Victor Von Doom. Also known as Dr. Doom, which is why he lost his job as a GP. Thanks. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Alexander, this might not be one of your areas of expertise. Do you know any of those? Do you know Dr. Octopus? No, he's from Spider-Man. Well done if you said that.
My older son does call octopuses doctopuses.
Oh, does he?
Does, yeah.
Has he seen that film Dr. Pussy? That would have scored you 14 points. Captain Cold is the nemesis of The Flash. It scored you 1 point, and Whiplash was a pointless answer. Very well done if you got that. It's from Iron Man 2, though. Mickey Rourke plays him because he's Iron Man's nemesis, Whiplash.
Very good. OK, well, thanks very much, Richard. We're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Fantastic answer from Russell there, scoring just 7 points. Paul and Sophie, yes, that was an expensive safety shot there. Paul, you've got a mountain to climb in the next pass. Steve 1, Steve 2, 29, looking pretty good. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more villains on the board, and here they are. We have got Galactus, Lex Luthor, Shredder, Poison Ivy, Black Adam, Green Goblin. Galactus, Lex Luthor, Shredder, Poison Ivy, Black Adam, Green Goblin. Now remember, we are looking for the superhero or superhero groups these baddies are famous for battling against. And you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. So then, Angela, you are on 7. If you can score 85 or less with this answer, 85 or less, you are definitely through to the head-to-head. What do you reckon?
I reckon I'm going to take a chance and possibly get killed by Russell and go for one of the slightly less well-known ones. I know that they had a bad guy called Shredder, but whether they class as superheroes or not is to be seen. So Shredder is the villain in the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, depending on whether you're American or not.
That's just so much information. That is brilliant. Thank you very much. Teenage Mutant Hero / and or Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
OK. What do you think, Russell?
She's good, I think.
Well, let's see. There's your red line. If you can come down below that, you are through to the head-to-head. Let's see if Shredder is indeed from those Teenage Mutant, etc. Turtles. It's right, and you're through to the next round. 17. Very good answer indeed. Takes your total up to 24. The Shredder.
Yeah, Shredder, absolutely right. And as you say, 2 different names, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
OK, Paul, you are on 93. You are way out in front. You are 63 points clear of the Steves.
No pressure then.
None at all. What's it going to be, Paul?
I'm going to go for Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's played by Uma Thurman in Batman and Robin.
Poison Ivy, Batman. OK, let's see if that's right, and let's see if that scores few enough points to see you through to the next round. Poison Ivy, Batman. That's right. That scores you 25, takes your total up to 118. Poison Ivy, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely, played by Uma Thurman. Poison Ivy is a scientist who is accidentally infused with plant hormones. God, I hate it when that happens. That's why I don't garden.
Yeah, you'd be right.
That's why I refuse. That's why you should always wear gloves when you garden.
Absolutely. Remember that. Steve 1, Steve 2. You are on 29. If you can score 88 or less with this answer, you are through to the head-to-head. I think you might be quite good at this.
You might be wrong again.
Really? So we are looking for the superheroes or groups of superheroes who fought these baddies.
Luckily, they've left one for me. One or two. I knew the Teenage Mutant one. I was also very sad that watched cartoons as a child. I'm struggling with any others apart from Lex Luthor, the easy one. Superman.
Lex Luthor, Superman, you are saying. There's your red line. If Lex Luthor can get you below that red line, you're through to the head-to-head. OK, let's see if it's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said Lex Luthor, Superman. That's right. And you're through. Just. That scores you 68, takes your total up to 97. Richard.
Yeah, not a low score, but low enough. Played by Gene Hackman and Kevin Spacey in films. Lex Luthor, very good answer. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Green Goblin, do you know Green Goblin? Yeah. He's another of Spider-Man's many nemeses. Would have scored you 33 points. Galactus is, of course, the Fantastic Four. He was the only thing or person to survive the destruction of the universe that existed before the Big Bang, Galactus. And Black Adam was a pointless answer, so very well done if you said Captain Marvel to Black Adam. Very good answer.
Very good. OK, thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is Paul and Sophie. Oh, dear. We weren't kind to you at all, were we? Superheroes and their nemesis.
Football.
What were we thinking of? Football?
Superheroes.
You're all right on football.
Yeah, but it didn't do much good in the end, did it?
Sophie, what would you have loved to have come up?
I think I would quite like capital cities, geography,
Capital
things
cities.
like
Good. Paul?
I was quite happy with what came up, actually.
Yeah, didn't do so badly. Are you going to...
That's some rare honesty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. No, I thought what came up was pretty good. I thought I did pretty well. I acquitted myself pretty honourably. Thanks so much for playing. You've been great contestants. Thanks. Brilliant.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. So well done, Russell and Angela, Steve 1 and Steve 2. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which, in case you had forgotten, currently stands at £8,500. OK, you're now going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. You are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer each time that scores less than the opposing pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for today's jackpot. Right, let's play Pointless. OK, here's your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many planets with moons as they could. Planets with moons, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any planet in the solar system that is orbited by 1 or more moons. And just to warn you, we won't accept Pluto, because it's no longer a planet.
All right, Russell and Angela, you have played the best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. We are looking for planets with moons. Simple as that.
Do you know many?
OK.
Yeah, going with Jupiter.
Steve's?
We believe the Earth has one, but we're not, sure of the others. We'll go nanomodels, it's cool.
I've got a better answer, haven't I?
Yeah, a bit of Hobson's choice here. We're going to go for Saturn.
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 OK, let's see if Russell and Angela are right with Jupiter, and if they are, let's see how many people said Jupiter. It is correct. 69.
It's all right.
And Steve 1 and Steve 2 have gone for Saturn. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Saturn. It's right. 75. So after the first question, it is 1-0 to Russell and Angela. Richard.
Let's take a look at all the planets that have moons. Uranus on 36 there would have scored you. Neptune, 38. Mars, 57. Jupiter, 69. And Earth and Saturn scoring the same amount. There were 75. So 25 people, when asked for planets with moons, didn't say Earth. They're going, I never got a sun. Perhaps they asked during the daytime. People forget. It would take you 130 days to drive to the moon. depending on what sort of car you had and how fast you went.
But roughly 130 days.
Yeah.
How late am I allowed to drive?
You'd have to do that non-stop, so you'd have to make sure you had a co-driver so you could sleep. And there's no service stations. There's one...
Presumably, no speed limit, though. I mean, that's just a...
No, there's a speed limit.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, 70.
Right. I mean, I probably won't do it then. OK, second question. Steve and Steve have to win this point to get through to the final. OK, we gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many songs from Mary Poppins as they could. Songs from Mary Poppins. Richard.
Yeah, we're simply looking for any of the songs from the film musical Mary Poppins. We won't accept reprises, instrumentals, overtures, that sort of thing, just the songs from the film musical Mary Poppins.
Steve 1 and Steve 2, you get to go first this time.
Well, luckily, my daughter of 5 has non-stop sung this for the last 7 days.
Ah, just the last 7 days?
While we've been on holiday.
Did she sing all of them?
No, just this one that I can remember.
OK.
Let's Go Fly a Kite.
Let's Go Fly a Kite. OK. Russell and Angela, what are you going to go for? You can talk out loud now.
There's Feed the Birds. I haven't
a
heard
bird.
that one. But my favourite one is with all the wire work when they're stuck to the
Which is
ceiling.
not your favourite, is it? We're going for it.
Yeah, but that's my favourite scene in it, is when they're all stuck to the ceiling.
All right, go with that.
So I'm pretty sure the song is called I Love to Laugh.
I love to laugh.
Yeah.
OK, this will decide whether or not you stay in the game, Steve and Steve. Let's go Fly a Kite. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Ooh, down it goes. Look at, oh, down to 10. It's a very nice low score. Russell and Angela have gone for I Love to Laugh. OK, so we're looking for songs from Mary Poppins. You sure that's the name of the song?
No. I can sing it, but that really won't help anyone. No, seriously, it
Oh,
won't.
come on. Let's,
Don't.
No.
How's it go? I love to laugh.
Long and loud and clear, I love to laugh, so everybody can hear.
Pretty damn good. Nothing wrong with that at all. If it's right, I think it might be a low scorer. That's my hunch. But it has to be right. I love to laugh. Let's see if it is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. This will decide if you go through to the final. It is right.
That'll do.
Oh, look at that. 3.
Come on, mate.
Turns out that was a brilliant answer, Russell and Angela. That means you have won 2 points. In just 2 questions, you are through to the final and playing for the jackpot. Richard, I love to laugh.
Yeah, I know you do. You're in the wrong place, aren't you?
Yeah.
Very well played, Russell and Angela. Let's have a look at all the songs from Mary Poppins. There are 2 pointless answers. Very well done if you said Fidelity Fiduciary Bank or Sister Suffragette. Both of those were pointless. A Man Has Dreams, The Life I Lead and Stay Awake were all 1. There's I Love to Laugh. Very good answer with 3. And The Perfect Nanny with 3. Jolly Holiday also scoring 3. Step in Time was 5. Let's Go Fly a Kite was 10. Feed the Birds, which you were going to say actually would have lost you the point. That's 26 points. Chim Chim Cheree, which won the Oscar for Best Song, 38. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious scored 44. And A Spoonful of Sugar was right at the top with 47.
OK, thanks, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head is Steve and Steve. Always like to ask what people take away from their experience on Pointless.
I need a new partner.
Too late for that, Steve. Anyway, very, very well done to the pair of you. Come all the way through to the head-to-head. No mean feat. We will see you again next time when hopefully you'll go all the way through to the final. Thanks very much for playing. But for Russell and Angela, it's now time for our Pointless final and the chance to win £8,500. So congratulations, Russell and Angela. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted and beautiful Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £8,500. Now, the rules are very simple. All you have to do to win that money is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You just have to find one now, and you will go home with that money. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and you can go for any one of these 3 options. Universities, languages, TV treasures. Universities, languages, TV treasures. What do you think?
It's going to have to be TV.
Yeah,
Because
TV treasures, I think, without a shadow of a doubt.
we know nothing about the other 2.
Yeah.
OK, fair enough. TV treasures it is. Let's find out what that question is going to be. What would you like it to be? What do you think, Angela?
I will have mid-90s sitcoms, I guess.
Mid-90s sitcoms.
Yeah.
Specific.
OK. Let's see what it is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Dawn French TV shows as they could. Dawn French TV shows. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any television programme for which Dawn French has received an acting credit up to April 2010. Not looking for anything where she's played herself or anything uncredited, but voice performances do count. So any TV show for which Dawn French has received an acting credit.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. And all you need to win that 8,500 quid is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Any ideas?
Right, she might have been in Robbie the Reindeer,
Robbie the Reindeer.
that Christmas thing.
She might have been in Chef, because she was probably with Lenny Henry at the time.
And she was in something like, not like Rise to Candleford, but some old thing like that.
Oh, she was in Murder's thing. Murder Most Horrid, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, do that.
Vicar of Dibley, obviously. And
I think that's it. I think Robbie the Reindeer, Chef, and Murder Most Horrid. You're not happy with
Yeah.
Robbie the Reindeer?
yeah, well, 3 guesses.
Yeah, all right.
3 guesses?
This is 3 guesses.
Let's stop the clock there. 20 seconds left on it. With time to spare, you've come up with 3 answers. What are they?
Okay, we've got a definite one we know she was in, which is Murder Most Horrid.
Murder Most Horrid.
And then little Alex, we've gone with Robbie the Reindeer.
Robbie the Reindeer.
And then hopefully she might have had a bit part in Chef at some point.
And Chef. OK, of those 3, which do you reckon is probably your best shot at a correct pointless answer?
Probably Murder Most Horrid, because the other 2, I imagine, would be wrong.
OK, Murder Most Horrid, we'll put that last. Which do you reckon is your least likely to be pointless answer?
Chef, because I doubt she
Yes,
was in
doubt
it.
OK, let's put them on the board in that order. Chef, Robbie the Reindeer, Murder Most Horrid. OK, now you see them up there. Do they look kind of good, don't they? They look like really good answers. We are looking for Dawn French TV shows. This was your least confident shot at a pointless answer. Complete stab in the dark, but it stands to reason.
Yeah.
They often appeared in each other's shows.
Who knows?
Ade Edmondson, to whom I would say you bore a passing resemblance, Russell.
If I did have a skin, I would look like him in Bottom, yes.
I think you possibly would. He often appeared in Jennifer's shows, didn't he?
Yeah.
So why on earth wouldn't Dawn appear reciprocally in one of Lenny's? Right, OK, well, let's see if that's right. You only need to find one pointless answer. That's all you have to find to win £8,500. Your first shot of that is by saying Chef. No. OK, well, that was exactly the right kind of punt, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I say, if that had been correct, that would have been pointless, I think.
Yeah.
But
I think. Safe to say. I think you'd agree. I'm right. Probably. OK, so, Angela, who's taking the blame for that answer? Russell puts his arm up before she's even said anything.
Because he's lovely, and he'll take the blame for all of it, even when it is my fault, whether he likes it or not.
OK, whose idea was it to come on the show?
Mine.
Who else could have been your partner? Anyone else other than Russell? Would you ever have thought? Would you ever have considered anyone else?
No, not
No.
really.
Very well done. Well said. See, Russell? Fine. And who will carry the can if you don't win the jackpot? Russell. Yeah. You have only 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. We are looking for Dawn French TV shows. Let's hope nobody said your next answer. This has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. You've gone for Robbie the Reindeer. Let's see how many people said Robbie the Reindeer for £8,500. Oh! OK, you've each picked an incorrect answer. There you are, it's 1-1. Everything is now riding on your last answer. Robbie the Reindeer is not a pointless answer. OK. We were looking for Dawn French TV shows. You said this was the answer you were most confident in being pointless. Murder most horrid. This has to go all the way down to 0 for you to win that jackpot of £8,500. You know it's correct. Let's see how many people said it. Murder most horrid. It's right. There we are, in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s. Down it goes. It has to go all the way down to 0 for you to win that £8,500 jackpot. Still going down.
Good for that, mate.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't leave with today's jackpot. However, you have been fantastic, and you do go with our wonderful pointless trophy. Yeah. So, Richard, what answers should they have gone for?
Well, I think it was unlucky. I think Chef was a very good guess because of Lenny, obviously. Robbie the Reindeer, Jane Horrocks was the main voice in that. She didn't appear in it. Let's take a look at all the pointless answers. Right at the top of the list is one of the sketch shows, A Bucket of French and Saunders. That was a pointless answer. Let Them Eat Cake, which was the French revolutionary sitcom that Dawn French and Jennifer Saunders was in. The very definition of a mid-90s sitcom, I would say, Let Them Eat Cake. But only ran for 1 series. She was in an episode of Agatha Christie's Marple, Sleeping Murder. That would have won you the money. She was Vicky Pollard's mum in Little Britain Abroad. Pong Whiffy, she played a witch in that animated show. She was in David Copperfield. All of these are pointless. She was in a sketch in Harry Enfield and Chums, Ted and Alice, and Watership Down. All of those would have won you the money. Very well done if you got any of those at home.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Russell and Angela, but you have been fantastic contestants. Thanks so much for playing, and you do take away our pointless trophy. So, once again, nobody has won our jackpot, so that will roll over to the next show when we will be playing for £9,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
If you want to be on the next series of Pointless, you can find out more by going to bbc.co.uk/be on a show.